The number one thing I want to talk about is discernment. Discernment is so important in so many different ways of first building that relationship with God, because you want to be able to discern in the spiritual realm, not against flesh and blood, but more so in the spirit, especially between like a neighbor, a friend, a family, a enemy, or a neighbor. We're not fighting against flesh and blood, we're fighting against principalities. So especially when someone sit there and say like, I feel like this person don't like me, or I feel like this, I feel like that. So you want to be able to understand this in the spiritual realm, because sometimes people can say, oh no, this is just me. I have one of those faces, or I have one of those things. But realistically, in the spiritual realm, you're seeing them of who that person is, not physically, but more so spiritually. So you could be able to cast out those things that people try to put against you, and cast out anxiety, cast out stress, cast out depression or hatred that people are trying to put upon your life. And there's so many times that people sit there and say like, I feel like this every day, or I feel like this type, like I feel sick a lot of times, or I feel depressed, or having anxiety, or having so many different things going on with them, and not knowing spiritually what someone is putting over your life. Not saying that someone is sitting down and just doing witchcraft or voodoo, but witchcraft and voodoo is so many different ways of, if someone sit there and say, I hate you, that's witchcraft. If someone say that, I wish you was never here, or or this is this, or I wish I never had you, all of those things are witchcraft. Manipulation is witchcraft. So many different things is witchcraft that people don't see. So spiritually, that's why I want like a lot of people to understand that it's deeper than just saying, hey, like that's that person, I don't like that person. No, spiritually, you guys aren't equally yoked. So even if you're laying with your husband, laying with your boyfriend, laying with this person, or hanging out with this person, you feel deep down in your spirit that I don't feel safe around this person, or I don't feel this around this person. It's not that person physically, it's spiritually. So I want people just to work on building that connection with God, to be able to get discernment, get conviction, get the ability to see or feel. Not a lot of people will have that ability to see or feel in the spiritual realm, but you will have. Everyone will have discernment if you ask for that from God. So I just want people to understand that, and I just want to leave you off there with that. You know what I mean? Understand. First, build that connection with God. Ask God for that gift of discernment. Cast out those things and go to God and confess your sins and allow Him to work in you. You're not going to be perfect.